So when we spoke a couple of weeks ago, we thought we had a buyer and it was going to be third time lucky. But unfortunately, it's not. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Zoe and I like to talk in my YouTube video about my plans to leave the UK and travel full time, which is my retirement plan, and the joys of trying to sell a house in the UK. I also like to share my travel plans with you when I manage to get away. I recently came back from Krakow, and before that I was in Australia, and I'm off today to Madeira, which is why, although I should be very depressed about the house business, I'm looking forward to getting away again. I've only been home 3 days. Ooh. But back to the house. So, to give you a bit of background if you're new to my channel, I put my house on the market in March, April this year with one estate agent, and they found me a buyer pretty quickly for asking price, and oh gosh, it dragged on for a couple of months, and basically she wasn't moving anything forward, and the estate agent said that she was. I had to get my lawyer in to check on it, and she basically wasn't doing anything, and then it all fell apart. I then changed estate agents because I made mistakes with the first one. I went with one that I thought was a good, solid name. It was a national brand. And so the second time I went to appoint an agent, I was much more thorough. I followed a lot of the tips from the channel Moving with Charlie. I did research into which estate agents appear to have houses on the market for the longest, implying that they can't sell them or they're overpricing. And I looked at the agents that were constantly slashing the prices. I did all those things. I put a poll out on Facebook to ask people who had recently sold, who they used and who they'd recommend. And from my research and from my poll, I had a short list of 4 estate agents, and I invited those 4 to come round and have a chat with me. And from those 4, and all of them appeared very good, I ended up picking one. And they did find me a buyer for asking price within a couple of weeks of marketing. But then after about 2 months, he wanted to slash the price. And I was like, I'm not playing that game. So that one went away. And then they've actually only had, well, 5 viewings now. The first person that viewed the house wasn't big enough for them. The second one offered, messed around for 2 months. And the third one actually was the people that ended up knocking on my door when it was dark at night and making that rather bizarre offer, which we think was a scam. I had a separate video on that. We're not going through that conversation again here. And then I had the 4th viewing, and they made an offer, and that was, we all thought, third time lucky. And they've changed their minds. They decided they don't want to live in Stratford-upon-Avon anymore. So then I did have another viewing this week, but I've had no feedback from it. It's very, very frustrating. And so obviously the pricing is not the issue on my house, because I am getting offers at my asking price. I know there's nothing wrong with the house. I've had a few surveys, and people have had surveys on it, and there's nothing wrong with the house. Of the few viewings that this second estate agent has managed to secure, there's been a lot of interest. So why can't they get more people through the door? That's the question. Is if you could get more people through the door, considering that there is a big interest when people are here, Maybe I should be doing more on that. Now, I really don't know where to go from here. Whether to take it off the market and start again next year. But then I could be missing out on another buyer. I mean, how many times am I going to be let down? And I'm not saying my estate agents are bad. I don't think they're particularly good at getting people through the door. And I'm not finding them very good on the negotiation side either, because I don't feel they're on my side. They always seem to be on the other person's side, and they're telling me, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And I think, well, why would I? So that's where we are. Back to square one again. But I'm trying not to let it get me stressed. And I'm trying to make the most of it while I can. And that's why I did my short trip to Krakow. And do you know what? I'm really pleased that I had the opportunity to do that. I had such a wonderful time and I learned such a lot there. And if I'd have sold my house the first time and been gone, I probably never would have gone to Krakow. It's always somewhere I wanted to go, but I probably never would have got around to it. And I managed to do that. So same as I'm going to Madeira, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that if I'd have gone already. And Madeira is where my sister-in-law is from, so we'll be spending it with her family, and that'll be a really nice experience. So we have to look at the positives, don't we? And not let it stress us. Look, it's giving me wrinkles. I must stop frowning. But that's where we are on the house. Back to the drawing board. And it's also really difficult to live here because I have decluttered everything. The house is half empty. I have no beds now because I thought I was moving and my son brought a house and I gave him all my beds. I'm sleeping on an inflatable bed, which the day before I went to Krakow got a puncture. So I then had to buy a new one for when I got back from Krakow. And because, as you know, if you watch my videos, I think I put a post on it. I was stuck at Krakow airport and the flight was leaving from Czech Republic. So I had to travel there. I didn't get back till 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to blow up my bed. I mean, I can't keep living like this. But hopefully I'll be coming back to you soon to tell you that we're on 4th time lucky. When I sold my house previous to this, it was a much bigger house. And that took about 18 months. And I think that was 3rd time lucky. But that was a completely different style of property. You know, this is a good property in a great location. Good neighbours, great schools nearby. It really should be selling. And that's the thing, is that's what's frustrating, is it is selling to people, but they're just not seeing it through. There's a lot of time wasters out there. Oh, I didn't tell you this bit. When my agent emailed me to say that the third people have changed their minds, they told me that they'd had a call from someone 2 days before to come and view my property. She was very keen, but they told her she couldn't because there was an offer on the table. To which I told them, I don't care. You just let people look at my property until somebody is actually down the road doing their surveys, getting on with the contract, actually moving forward instead of wasting time. Anyone can view this house. If you don't want me to view it, get on with the process. I think that's fair. I mean, how many people have I missed out on because of time wasters and the estate agent saying to people, you can't view? I mean, that's crazy. It's not sold until the contracts are signed. It's just not. So they really shouldn't be turning people away. Anyway, next time I'll speak to you, I will actually be in Madeira. I look forward to speaking to you then. Thank you for watching. As always, any advice? Because I really don't know if changing estate agents again is the right answer. Although I do think that after, oh my gosh, they've had it September, October, November, 5 months. Yeah, actually, 5 months. If they haven't sold a property, they're probably never going to sell it, are they? Perhaps I should move. Anyway, let me know what you think. Hope you're all having a lovely weekend, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you. Ciao.